Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie and today we are doing another book tag, actually 2 in 1. This is the Would You Rather book tag, Spooky Edition, and the Halloween book tag. Okay, let's get settled in here. I've got my computer with my questions in front of me, and we are starting with the spooky Would You Rather book tag, which was created by the Book Pusher on YouTube. I will link that down below. And all right, here we go. So question number 1 is thrillers or supernatural horror. I do think that both can be done really well, and both can be done horribly. I've seen examples of both. I think, though, that I tend to gravitate more towards more grounded kinds of horror, so I guess that would be thriller, but I don't necessarily like domestic thrillers. I just like when the horror can feel a little real, and supernatural tends not to do that for me. But I like them both. Question 2 is ghosts or zombies. For this, I'm actually going to say zombies. I think ghosts are really fun. You can do so much with them. They can be good, bad, creepy, cute, all the things. But zombies are actually legitimately very scary to me. So just having a zombie plot instantly creates that tension that I love. I love a zombie story. I really do. Question 3, vampires or werewolves? Vampires, easy. Very easy. Question 4, witches or demons? Witches, obviously. I love all kinds of witches. Good, evil, spooky, cute, like sweet contemporary, like just a little dash of magic, or like a ancient supernatural sorceress. Like, I love them all. And as for demons, I think that I can really only think of one book, and it was actually one that I read recently, that featured a demon, and it didn't really do anything for me. Question number 5 is, would you rather read a book with 13 chapters or a book with a black cat on the cover? Well, as I have 2 black cats who I love more than anything, I would have to say I would love to read a book with a black cat on the cover. I don't know if I have. I think on Kiki's delivery service, Gigi is on the cover, so that counts. But please, if you know any more books with black cats on the cover, please let me know what they are. Question number 6, would you rather read a spooky book in the dark with only a candle for a light, or by yourself in a locked room, brightly lit? I think I would have to choose the brightly lit room, because I think reading by candlelight is very hard and very annoying, and I think I would just get frustrated. Question 7, would you rather face your fears or be trapped in the mind of a serial killer? I would rather be trapped in the mind of a serial killer. Because my worst fears are like very gruesome, and I hope to never face them. Question number 8 is, would you rather watch a scary movie or read a scary book? 1000% I would rather read a scary book. I do not like horror movies at all. I don't like jump scares, and with movies specifically, I feel like they're mostly just about just the creepy visuals and the jump scares, and the story tends to take a backseat. But I do actually like horror television shows. Like, I love The Walking Dead. I used to like American Horror Story. I've watched some of the Mike Flanagan Netflix adaptations. For some reason, like, I'm okay with doing a series, but I don't really like horror movies. And I think it's because the series, like, there is a story there. And yeah, there's creepy or scary moments, but the story is still the most important part. And I don't feel like that's always true for horror movies. But I still am interested in the concepts in the horror movies, which is why I would love to read a scary book, because it's scary at my own pace, and I don't have to deal with like the sound. If I have to watch something scary, I have to watch it with the sound off and in broad daylight. So yeah, it doesn't make sense, because I actually like horror and scary things. I just don't like being scared. I don't like jump scares. I can't. It's confusing. I'm sorry. Would you rather read spooky books during the autumn or all year? I would rather read them all year, just because as much as I try to be like a seasonal reader, I don't think that in the core of my being I actually am. I really don't care what time of year I read things, and I kind of just want to read what I want to read in that moment. So I'd rather read them all year, whenever I feel like. That's all the questions. The next question is, would you rather read 10 spooky books in October or 10 spooky books all year? It's the same answer. I would rather just read them all year. Okay, so that is that for the Would You Rather book tag spooky edition. And now we will jump to the Halloween book tag. And this says that this was created by Naomi the Book Lover on YouTube. So I will also link that below. Okay, question 1. It says, carving pumpkins. Which book would you carve up and light on fire? Is this just like a book that I disliked or like viscerally disliked? There's a lot. I think the one that's really coming to my mind is one that I read earlier in the summer for book club, and that is Tender is the Flesh by, who is this by? I can't remember. I can't remember the author. But yeah, Tender is the Flesh. This is a horror, kind of dystopian horror book in which all of the animals in the world have like contracted this virus that's super deadly, and so they had to all be killed off, so we can't have any more animals. And also, because we don't have any animals, the humans have to eat other humans for food, and they like breed humans for food. And I was super interested in this because it's like a critique on animal agriculture, among other things, and that's something that I'm really passionate about. But this book was so bad. It was so bad. I absolutely hated every moment of it. It was really just mostly like a lot of scenes that were done for shock value, but I felt that the actual like thematic message was very shallow. The author also tried to do like a bunch of different social critiques, and just none of them were really done well. I think the whole thing was just very underbaked, and it was mostly just body horror for the sake of having gore, and that is not really what I like. I don't mind body horror if it really serves the story, but this was just excessive, and the story was not good. It was trying to do too much, but it really wasn't committed to any of the ideas that it had, and it was just a mess. It was just a mess. This was a 1-star read for me, probably my worst of the year, and this will not be the last time you hear me talk about that book, but I would recommend it to no one. Okay, question 2, it says, trick or treat, which character is a treat and which is a trick? I really don't remember characters that often. It's pretty rare that I really find a character that I loved, or even that I just felt was really well written. So what I will say for this, as both a bit of a trick and a treat, is Ove, from A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. If you know, you know. Okay, question 3, it says, candy corn, which book is always sweet? This is like a comfort read. Probably the Harry Potter series. That's really the only series that I've really returned to. I'm currently reading a series of Unfortunate Events, and that is actually pretty fun as well, but probably Harry Potter. Yeah. Question 4, it says ghosts. Which character would you love to visit you as a ghost? Does this mean that they had to have died in the book? Ooh. A character death that I cared enough about to want them to come and visit me as a ghost. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care that much for any of the characters. That sounds bad, but what I mean is that, like, I don't feel like I was super attached to many characters. Maybe Remus Lupin. Yeah, we'll say that. Question 5, dressing up in costume, which character would you want to be for a day? Definitely somebody that could do magic. I mean, I would love to be Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service and just live in a seaside town with my little cats and do some magic. Like, that would be perfect, honestly. Yeah. Or the witches from Practical Magic. That family, I'd love that. 6 is witches and wizards. What is your favorite Harry Potter moment? In the book, I think my favorite moment is just the end of 3, or the reveal scene in 3, I should say, when kind of all of the things are happening. Everything gets revealed. It's a great scene. It's surprising, and it just kind of is the first moment when you're like, okay, there's really something here. There's something to this series. And I think it's really fun. In the movies, though, I will say, one of my favorite Harry Potter moments in the films is when Harry and Hermione are dancing in the tent in Deathly Hallows Part 1. I think it's just such a lovely addition. Like, it wasn't in the book, and they really didn't need to put it in there. Like, it doesn't, do anything plot-wise, but it's just a memory that is just so nice, because the whole of that book and that film and that situation they're in is just really dark and terrible. And then they just added this little tiny scene of them having, like, a genuine moment of happiness, and it's just really lovely. And I don't even, like, ship Harry and Hermione or anything like that. I just think it was a really sweet moment, and something that they didn't necessarily have to do. But, they left other things on the cutting room floor to make room for that scene, and it always will stick with me. I love it. And then the last question, final question, is 7, blood and gore. Which book was so creepy that you had to take a break from it for a while? I don't know that I've really read one that was that creepy to me. But one that will come to mind is it's not a novel, but it is The Birds by Daphne du Maurier. It's a short story, and I remember just being, like, extremely creeped out by it. Like, I got done reading and I was just like, I need to take a minute. And I think if I read it now, it probably wouldn't even be, like, that creepy, but definitely I was creeped out in the moment. It's a great short story. It really is. I would recommend it. Okay, well, there you have it. That is the Would You Rather book tag, Spooky Edition, and the Halloween book tag. Both of them, I will link the creators down below. And as always, it's so much fun to do a book tag, and obviously it is the season for this book tag. So this was a lot of fun, and let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite Halloween or spooky season read? And I hope you all had a lovely time watching this. I hope you have a great day, an amazing Halloween season, and I will see you all next time.